Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. Prologue. Great news! Wei Wuxian has died. Less than a day has passed since the siege in Langzhang Hill, and the news spreads through the cultivation route as if it sprouted wings, surpassing even the speed of warfare. For a while, from the most prominent clans to rogue cultivators, everyone is discussing the siege that was led by the 4 great clans and followed by hundreds of smaller ones. The yelling patriarch has died. Who could have killed him? Who other than his shitty Jiang Chang, putting an end to his own relative for the greater good. Jiang Chang led the 4 clans of Yu Mingchang, Lang Dingqing, Ku Shulang, and Qin Henier to destroy his den, Langzhang Hill. I must say, good riddance. Good riddance indeed. We finally eliminated this scourge. If not for the young Mingjiang clan adopting and teaching him, he would have been a hobo, living on the streets, let alone causing mayhem as bold as the ones these days. The head of the Jiang clan praised him as her own child, yet he defected them and became the enemy of the cultivation world, bringing shame upon the Jiang clan, even leading to its near extermination. He is the prime example of biting the hand that feeds him. Jiang Jiang allowed this fellow to live for too long. If I were him, at the time of the defection, I wouldn't have just stopped him. In fact, I would have thoroughly examined the disciplines of the clan again, so that he doesn't do those crazy things he did later on. Who cares about the so-called considerations that he gave to his childhood friend? That's merely hearsay. Although Jiang Chang was one of the main forces, he did not give Wei Wuxian the final blow, because he cultivates the demon path. Wei Wuxian's power had backfired and he was ripped to pieces. Ha! That's karma. The ghost soldiers that he created are like unleashed dogs, biting everyone that they come across. It serves him right to be chewed to death. But if not for Jiang Chang making a plan that aimed at Wei Wuxian's weaknesses, the siege might not have succeeded. Should I remind you folks of the item that Wei Wuxian possesses? Did you forget about the day that 3,000 skilled cultivators were completely annihilated? I heard that it was more than 3,000, possibly 5,000. He's most certainly out of his mind. It's a good thing that he destroyed that evil weapon before he died. Otherwise, if it was left in this world to harm humankind, his sins would have been worse. Oh well, back then, Wei Wuxian was one of the most promising cultivators, coming from a highly distinguished clan and finding success at a young age. How on earth did he end up where he is now? This proves that one can only cultivate by following the right path. Using these dishonest practices would only seem beneficial at first glance. Look, what happened in the end? Not even a whole corpse was left of him. Not everything was because of his cultivation path. Wei Wuxian's personality is quite immoral. One's deeds will be paid, one way or another. What goes around always comes around. After Wei Wuxian's death, the period is drawn on the topic. The discussions of the people are mostly the same, with a few unconventional opinions being brought down immediately. However, the elephant in the room stayed in the back of everyone's mind. Nobody could summon Wei Wuxian's sword, which meant that his soul has disappeared. It might have been torn apart by the millions of ghosts that devoured him, or it might have escaped. If it was the first, then all is well. Then again, nobody doubts the fact that the Yielding Patriarch has the power to move mountains and empty seas. If it was the last, his soul would eventually return to revive his body. When the day comes, the cultivation world, or even all of Modelland, would be faced with the most insane damnation and revenge, sinking into nothing but chaos and despair. The various clans set 120 stone beasts on top of Dangzang Hill and initiated frequent soul summoning rituals, followed by heightened vigilance and searches for strange occurrences from all over the world. In the first year, nothing happened. In the second year, nothing happened. In the third year, nothing happened. In the 13th year, nothing happened either. More and more people were starting to believe that maybe the Yielding Patriarch actually perished. Even if he was capable of turning the world upside down, it was finally his turn to be toppled over. Nobody could remain at the top for all of eternity. Legends are only legends.